Hello everyone. The ELOG by-election observers yesterday delivered a report of their observation in the 27th of November by-elections whereby they highlighted daunting concerns on the integrity of election results after noticing an endless procedural flaws in how the by-election was conducted. During a press briefing held on Wednesday, the election observers reported cases of blatant electoral violence, harassment and political interference through bribery, and during the campaign period propagated by political factions.
There was a concerning presence and active involvement of high-ranking government officials, which include members of the executive both at the national and the county level, state security officials, and other public officers. Such participation and engagement from officials who by law are required to remain neutral has the effect of tilting the playing field in favor of governing political parties and influencing voter behavior as a result.
According to the ELOG officer, Mr. Mbeere, election observers were harassed in some constituencies, among them being Kariobangi North, whereby a rowdy crowd of goons actually barricaded their vehicles with violence, demanding for cash. In their observation, the security officers actually did not take any decisive action to curb this violence, but they were just watching it helplessly with minimal detachments, as if nothing ever happened. According to the ELOG report, Mr. Masal highlighted several cases of violence witnessed in Kasipul, Malava, Nairobi, Mbeere North and Machakos, whereby alleged reports of monetary inducements were witnessed during the campaign trail.
The Commission must provide regular updates throughout the process. The silence of the Commission during the campaign period as well as on E-Day and the after result declaration was alarming. While noting that they did take some action on offending candidates in Kasipul and further issued a statement condemning the violence on E-Day, it is our considered view that they punched way below their weight.
Long-term election observers also reported open voter bribery in some areas, and an improper influence induced to voters during campaigns. According to Section 9 of the Electoral Offences Act, the Act dictates that any person who directly or indirectly offers a bribe to influence a voter's decision is held liable in a criminal court. On conviction, such a criminal is penalized without a fine not exceeding to 2 million Kenyan shillings. Alternatively, a court can decide to impose an imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 years or sometimes impose both. Subsection 2 of this article also explains that any person who accepts or agrees to accept a bribe during elections is also liable for committing an offense. ELOG also raised concerns over the high presence of high-ranking public officials and the illegal use of public resources to conduct campaigns. In their point of view, the interference could highly influence the governing of political parties and voter behavior, whereby the IEBC did not address vulnerabilities and external interferences that undermined the integrity of the electoral contest. The ELOG observers have now demanded that IEBC to apply scrutiny before conducting elections in different parts of the country so as to avert similar occurrences in future elections. On the issue of ballot secrecy, ELOG demands the ballot secrecy to be bolstered, and action taken upon those who violated the electoral criminal offences during the by-elections. However, parliamentary seats were highly contested in Malava and Mbeere North, thus attracting a nationwide attention as political parties were seeking to consolidate influence and test voter sentiments ahead of the electoral contest in 2027. Thank you and keep on subscribing.